and Wyatt are distantly cousins. He's really funny, but he can be annoying sometimes, and he thinks he knows a lot of things.
I have a really hard time figuring out actually how old Wyatt is. He tends to be a little bit more mature for his age.
My name's Wyatt Holloway. I grew up in Grottoes, Virginia, and I've been in 4-H for 9 years now.
It all starts when you pick the animal. I've been livestock judging now ever since I was in 4-H, and that sort of helped me be able to evaluate an animal and pick the animal out. Right up in here would be their blade. You want a good angle to their blade. Right here is the rack, and it comes into their loin. You want a big upstanding rack, and he has a really good rack in him. And he's got a really nice loin. It comes in, this is called his hip-loin junction. You want this to be smooth. A lot of lambs, you'll see them, it'll be a little bit broke sometimes, and that can just show like they're off balance. Like you really want a nice balanced animal. Just like, you think of them like bodybuilders. Like you want them stout and massive, but you still want them to be able to function. You don't want so bold that they can barely move around and stuff like that.
Wyatt was always involved in something. He always was on the move. When he was a young child, all he did was farm on our living room floor. We had a full-scale farm. You did not pick it up. I mean, you stepped over tractors. And then he really found a love for Hereford cattle. And so at the age of 5, went to every Santa Claus that you could find, and he asked for a Hereford heifer. And he came down from seeing that Santa Claus, and he said, "Does Santa not know what a Hereford heifer is? He told me I could get a rocking horse."
It's not my finest moments, but when you gotta spray ether in the old girl.
I met Wyatt in 2008, which was actually my first fair that I showed the Holloway family. I don't even know if they remember this, but they camped right beside us. I remember Rebecca telling my mom, "I'm really sorry if Wyatt cries all night."
4-H played a big role, especially my early years in showing, and now in what I do, and I taught ag for 15 years. And so pulling all those experiences in and those relationships that I've made is really helpful.
You know, my son joined the fire department now for his maybe next step in life. Volunteerism is very important. I think it's something to give back to the community. Taking kids and showing them that helping other people is a good thing. If you see someone on their worst day, you can go and help them. To me, that's good for the heart.
One of the things I definitely want to do in my future endeavors are farming. Been some talk about me being a firefighter, and this will be my last year being able to show market animals. I can show, open show, like breeding heifers and breeding goats. So it'll be sad to see it go, but there will be something else. You know, I do want to raise livestock and maybe sell those animals to other kids that are going to show at the fair.
You know, he takes diesel school, he does different things. He's trying to look and say, what path do I want to go? Now, he's joined the local fire department, so he don't know if he wants to be a firefighter. He don't know. At one point, he was talking about going out west, doing some livestock judging. So I don't know exactly what he's going to do, but I think 4-H is giving him the personal skills to be able to go interact with people. And I think he can talk anything from John Deere balers to cattle to sheep to goats. That talent and personality, and I think 4-H has helped him get there.
4-H makes me feel beyond ready for the rest of my future endeavors in life and makes me well prepared for my future.